Good morning, everybody. This is John, just out for a walk this morning, doing a little praying. And some thoughts came into my mind here, actually since yesterday morning. I'm reading right now in the book of Ezekiel, and in chapter 43 and 44, 45. And it's a place where Ezekiel is shown the temple and how it's measured, how the length of every room, of all the different gates and porticos and passageways. And at the beginning there in 43, the Lord says to Ezekiel, "Son of man, this is where I am going to make my dwelling with man." And it's talking about his temple and the place that he meets with us. And then on further in there in Ezekiel, it says that the priest's role is to teach the people the difference between the holy and the profane. And as I was just reading along, I saw so much in every time I read about the temple and how it's built. The whole way it's built, on one side shows God's holiness and man's profanity, or man's unholiness. Now, in 43, it does say that this is the basic law of the temple, and that law of the temple is holiness. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Holiness for you and me. What does that mean? Holiness is not doing certain things and not doing other things. That's work. And are we supposed to live right? Are we supposed to honor God, honor people, honor our families, not lie, not cheat, not steal, not do the bad things, sinful things? Of course we're not supposed to do that. But you can be the best person and still end up in hell. It's that simple. And holiness means we're set apart. The temple is set apart for God's dwelling on the earth, where he will come and dwell with people. That's the Old Testament temple. It's a picture of us. When we allow Jesus into our hearts, we have been cleansed, we have been sanctified, we've been set free, we've been redeemed from the curse of the law because Jesus became that curse for us. So you and I have the Spirit of the living God living in us. We, because of that, are covered by Jesus' holiness. And the holiness of the Lord has been imputed unto us, given to us. So the difference is, holiness is being set apart for a purpose. You and I are set apart for a purpose. We need to recognize that being a Christian, being a follower of Jesus, isn't a list of rules and regulations, or making sure I read X amount of scriptures each day, or making sure I do certain things. All those are important. I read the Bible every single day. I'm in the Word. I worship, I pray, I give, I serve. But none of that makes you holy. Holiness is the act of what Jesus has done for us. And we need to receive that, because you and I are priests and kings to God. In the Old Testament, the priest's job was to teach the people the difference between the holy and the profane. And the basic rule of the temple is holiness. You and I have to walk in his holiness so we can stand in his presence, so that we can work in his power, and so that we can do his purposes. And I'll talk more about that presence, power, and purpose more in future videos and future maybe walks along the creek here. But I just wanted to share that to get us to thinking that if you're relying on your own effort to be holy, you're not going to make it. Sorry. But rely on the holiness that's been given to you by the Father. Because your job as a child of God is also a priest and a king unto our Father. And your job, your work, your role, your purpose is to show the world the difference between the profane and the holy. And we do that by a life that's set apart for service for the Lord and for others. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to listen to this. Love y'all. Hope it blessed you. Take care. God bless.